Hello everyone, welcome to the final part of this tutorial series. In this part we will do some post-production using Blender rather than using third-party softwares like Affinity Photos or Photoshop. So we will do all the workflow in Blender, starting by enabling some passes. So first of all, I need to enable the mist, also the denoising data, also enabling the direct and indirect glossy, also the ambient occlusion. Then we need to hit render and wait for the render to finish and see you when the render ends. So as you see here, the render is finished, and as you see here, the result is in front of you, the good result for you. And now we need to do some post-production to not getting a flat render. So I will go to the compositing node, then I will need to collapse this viewport and split my viewport to this and go to image editor, and here go to the viewer node. So I will not use the backdrop because it's very slow and slow down my computer. So now I need to use the viewer node here. So to view our image, I need to add a viewer node, input, maybe output, viewer node, and plug image to the image. Maybe I will collapse these two wireframe. So this is our image. Now I need to start with adding passes. So first of all, I need to add the glossy direct. As you see here, this is the glossy direct, and this is the indirect, and this is our AO. So first of all, I need to add passes. So like this, I will go to color, add mix. First of all, I need to add the glossy direct. So for that, we need to add the blend mode to add and decrease a little bit to 0.15. As you see here, we have some more glossiness in this picture. So as you see here, if I mute our node and unmute our node, we see the result. Now I need to add the glossy indirect, the same method with the glossy indirect. Plug the glossy indirect here and try to increase it like this, maybe 0.25. So as you see here, this is the result of the glossy indirect. Now I need to make the same method for the AO, but in this time I need to change the blend mode to multiply because it's black and white pass. So I need to extract the black values from the white values. So I need to add this to multiply, but don't increase the factor a lot because the scene will be more dark. Like this, I need to add it 0.1 like this, and I need to drag these nodes here, and maybe I need to add frame or a frame for our layout to be more organized like this. Select these nodes and add them here. Maybe I need to rename it to passes like this. Now I need to add some effects. First effect is the exposure, because I need to increase a little bit in the exposure like this. You can decrease it if you want. Now I need to add another filter, which is the sharpen filter. Add filter, then add the sharpen filter to have more details in the edges. So I need to decrease it maybe to 0.05 here to have more details in the edges of the image. As you see here, we have more details in the edges. Now I need to add another filter, which is the glare filter, but in this case I will not use this Strix glare, but I need to use the fog glow to have more realistic results. Maybe I will decrease the size to 6, then add the quality to high. Then the last effect is the lens distortion. So go to distort. This node is for simulating the lens distortion of the rear camera. So I need to click in this option fit, then in the dispersion, make it 0.001. It's the ideal value. So as you see here in the edges, we have some changes in the image like this. Now I need to add the frame as usual. So add another frame, select all these nodes and add it in the frame like this. I can move my frame here and name it effects. Now I need to do some color correction for my image. So I need to add first a color correction, then add color balance. So in the color balance, I need to change the correction form to offset and power slope. Then I need to give it some bluish color like this to make the white balance a little bit cool. Then I will go to the color correction and start maybe in the midtones. I need to or saturate my scene like this. Maybe in the shadows, I need it more contrasty. So I need to increase it like this. Maybe it's a little bit dark. Maybe 001 like this. Make your scene a little bit contrast. And in the highlight, if you need to decrease the highlighting here, you need to decrease this value of gamma, maybe like this. I need to add it in a frame also. Go to layout, frame, and add these two nodes in the frame and name this frame as usual color correction. So in the first passes, I miss a pass, which is the noisy image. As you see, as usual in photographer images, they have some noises in the camera lenses. So I need to add this effect by using this noisy image. So first of all, I need to first duplicate this mix RGB color and add this noisy image and change the blend mode to mix, but don't try to overdo it. As you see here, we have a lot of noise in our image, so add it a little bit. So I will add a little bit of noise, maybe 0.15 to add a little bit noise in our scene. So I need to decrease it a little bit, 0.1, and it's done with the noise. So I will stay in this post-production setup. So and finally, alhamdulillah, we finished with this tutorial series, and thanks for everyone who support me and encourage me for making these tutorials. And finally, I want to send to you a message. Thank you very much for the support, and see you in another tutorial series. Salam, have a nice day.